It's June and we are toning up while we lose weight. Grab your dumbbells and let's go. All right, killer bees, let's go ahead and get warming up, and that means that we're getting started with some arm circles with high knees. Oh my gosh, how good does that feel? You guys, welcome to the workout. I'm Paula B. I'm your best middle-aged fitness friend, and around here we are all about making peace with your menopausal body by finding a healthy weight and moving in ways that feel like self-love. And today always feels like self-love to me because I make these workouts. It kind of depends on where you fall on the strength versus cardio scale as to how much you might love this workout. But I tell you what, no matter how much you love it, it is good for your goals. No matter if you are losing weight or want to tone up or have maybe heard me talk about how you can't do both of those things at the same time, we are actually going to talk about how no matter what your goal is, this kind of workout is absolutely perfect for you. Now here's what it looks like. I've got the handy dandy gym boss here, set for intervals of 40 seconds and no rest at all, but we're going to take today at a nice moderate pace. Let's go ahead and do some arm crossers with booty kickers because moderate is the way to get your goal. My friends, we've got cardio plus 2 different kinds of strength exercises before we go back to cardio again. So it's kind of a MetCon, one of my favorite things to do, which, I mean, it stands for metabolic conditioning, which is just a fancy way of saying that we're going back and forth between cardio and strength with no rest. But what we're going to do is we are going to talk about how to lose weight and how to get toned, because sometimes I will get this question pretty frequently actually, about people asking me, okay, I'm pretty close to my goal weight. When should I start toning up? And I want you to know unequivocally, my friends, as long as you are moving, you are toning. Let's go ahead and do some welcome to my homes, and even more importantly than that, even if we are not lifting big heavy weights, even if we are not giving it our all and pushing with all that we can do, going hard, you can see and feel all kinds of strength results and weight loss results from even a nice moderate workout like this one. Now, let me tell you though, the 40-second intervals, I mean, sometimes that's not going to feel super moderate. So it's going to be up to you to make sure that you are moving at a pace that feels best for you. Blossom, would you like to come over and sit down? She's wandering around. I don't know if you can actually see her on camera or just hear her little clicky toes on her vinyl flooring, but she's looking very like, where's my chair, mama? All right, maybe she'll come and join us later. Let's go ahead and get going. We've got, starting up first, we've got big arm side shuffles. So give yourself just a little bit of space right here. We're gonna have our arms making a nice big circle in front of us while we are shuffling from side to side. Now here's the thing, because there is no rest today, you'll want your dumbbells somewhere, I mean, we should have told you like, what, 4 minutes ago when we started the warm up to have them out of the way. But make sure that they are accessible for you. We are going back and forth between cardio and strength, so you're gonna wanna make sure that you have them nearby. When it beeps again, we're going to go to Curtsy Curls, which is kind of what it sounds like. We're going to be doing a curtsy lunge while doing biceps curls. Now, if you would rather not do any kind of lunges, you can always help yourself to modifying with any kind of a kick that feels good for you. I would suggest, honestly, that you do a side kick just because that's a nice easy one that actually targets the same kinds of muscles. But if you would prefer to do a front kick or a back kick, truly, no matter what kind of kick you are doing, you are getting excellent work and you are toning. When it beeps again, we're going to do high knee press ups, which means that we're going to bring up one high knee at a time while, okay, I'm going to try really hard to press up my opposite hand, but you know what, however you get started, that's how we should just go ahead and keep going. Don't worry about being too perfect at any of these things. Here we go with high knee press ups. So hands right here at your shoulders, one high knee, the opposite hand comes up, making sure that you have got your core pulled in nice and tight, standing up straight and tall, which means that your belly button is, your belly button is pulled towards your spine, but also your tailbone is tucked underneath you a little bit. This is a strength pace, which is different from a cardio pace. Your heart rate, of course, is still up, but it's not quite as high because we're not moving quite as fast. However, mine tends to stay almost as high because I've got something moderately heavy in my hands. When it beeps again, I'm gonna put these dumbbells down, and then here we go into windmill tapbacks. Hands are wide, feet are wide, reaching down towards your opposite foot. I'm not touching my foot. If you're super flexible, you absolutely can. Totally depends on what you want to get out of the exercise. This is cardio, so I'm moving a little bit faster, which means that I'm touching just about my knee or my shin. When it beeps again, we're gonna grab those dumbbells again, coming right back to strength and doing deadlifts. We're gonna keep our back super duper straight, core pulled in tight, of course. Gonna roll those dumbbells right down the fronts of your legs with your back nice and straight. Means that you are pushing back with your hips. Hips drive this motion, meaning that your glutes are actually driving this motion. Stand up straight and tall, push your hips back, 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 and then pull them forward, forward, forward. You know what, guys? I think I didn't tell you the most exciting thing about today's workout. There's no repeating of any of the exercises. So if there's some exercise that you don't like or aren't as good at or feel uncoordinated with, we're only gonna do it for one interval and there's no coming back to it. So enjoy what you can. When it beeps again, we're gonna put those dumbbells up on our shoulders for oblique crunches. So dumbbells on your shoulders, elbows out nice and wide to the side. Gonna bring that same knee towards that same elbow. I never ever care if you actually touch your knee to your elbow. Here's the great thing about toning, my friends. You don't have to be perfect at any of these exercises. What you do have to do is engage your brain, pulling in your core, moving your body in a way where you are moving the muscles and squeezing and thinking about pulling from your abs and obliques, thinking about moving in a concerted, careful way. That's how we get the work. Go ahead and put these down, the dumbbells rather. We're gonna do some low swinging tappers. Tapping from side to side, bringing your feet together and then apart while your hands are swinging. Technically low, meaning not up over your head, like a rainbow over your head, but my hands are getting pretty high here from side to side. And this move, I wish I could remember who said this to me. If it was you, thank you. Please remind me of your name. Somebody was telling me that this reminds her of Robert Palmer's Addicted to Love, because those girls are doing side to side tappers the whole time. Do you remember that video? When it beeps again, we're gonna grab our dumbbells. We're gonna get into a split stance. Doesn't matter which leg is forward and which leg is back. And we're gonna do some rows. Palms facing your body. We're gonna row those dumbbells up to approximately your armpits, more or less. I'm actually aiming for just about my rib cage, wherever you can get it to. We're trying really hard not to shrug into this. We're thinking about having all 10 toes facing forward, both hip bones facing forward, core pulled in nice and tight. This is a balanced stance, which is what makes this such a complex exercise. When it beeps again, we're going to go ahead and switch which foot is in front. Still going to be in a split stance. And this time we're going to fly. Find your balance, palms face each other, and then palms face more or less the ground. Still pulling from those shoulder blades in the middle of your back. If you feel like you need to shrug or sway your back, your weights are too heavy. Go ahead and put them down. If you've got something lighter, that's fine. If not, you can absolutely do this unweighted. You guys, here's the thing about toning that I love. You're always toning, always. Whether you have weights in your hands or not, when it beeps again, we're doing forward hinge arm flappers. You don't even have to have something heavy in your hands. When you have the brain-body connection and you're thinking about moving with precision and care, here we go with forward hinge arm flappers. Hands are doing jumping jacks. Your lower body is basically doing a deadlift. Your booty pushes back, your booty pushes forward. And we are moving at a cardio pace now. But when you are moving, even right now, we're moving at a cardio pace, right? But can you feel your arms? Can you feel how when you're moving your arms, you're actually squeezing from the middle of your back? Can you feel that when your butt is moving back and butt is moving forward, that you're squeezing from your hamstrings and your glutes? Yeah, no matter what you're doing, you're toning. If you are using your muscles, they are working on being more efficient, and that means that they are toning up. When it beeps again right now, we're gonna do squats. Go ahead and grab grab those dumbbells. I'm just gonna put them right here on my shoulders because that's really comfortable for me. You can hold them at your sides. Feet about hip width apart. We're gonna come down in a nice low squat and stand it back up. Don't want to squat? Feel free to kick instead. It doesn't have to be, that was a mediocre kick at best, but truly you are welcome to do even mediocre kicks. You know what happens when you pick up one foot off the ground and the other foot is still on the ground? Oh, you are employing all of your lower body muscles as well as your core. Of course your core is pulled in. When it beeps again, we're doing a front raise, side tap combo. Pretty much exactly what it sounds like. One arm is doing a front raise, one arm is doing a side raise, and one of your feet is tapping out to the side. It doesn't matter which one. I like to go across my body with the side raise and the side tap. If that's not how you got started, it doesn't matter. When we are moving, when our core is pulled in, we're just thinking about where our body is and what it is doing. We're getting the benefit of this exercise. Yes, there are absolutely ways you can make it tougher. Yes, there are absolutely ways that you could get stronger with this kind of work in a different situation. But right now, this is what you're doing. And truly, the way to get stronger, here we go with push, push, crunch. Go ahead and put your dumbbells down. We're gonna push to the side, sweep over the top into an oblique crunch. If you don't want to do the oblique crunch, please don't. Just push to the side, push to the side. If you're moving your hands and moving your feet and moving at something of a cardio pace, it truly does not matter what you are doing. Have I said that enough today? I hate to tell you that it doesn't matter, but it really doesn't. Any one thing in the moment isn't really affecting your workout all that much. What we're doing today is we're moving kind of fast and then kind of slow, and all of the times we're thinking about where our body is. We're thinking about having our core pulled in. Go ahead and grab those dumbbells. We're doing triangles now. Weights right here at your chest. Feet almost uncomfortably wide. One hand goes up overhead while the other one rolls right down the side of your leg. Let your hip jut out to the opposite side so that you can get down nice and low, and then pull your hip back. This is so complex. Every muscle in your body is working when we do triangles. That's why they're hard. That's why this is difficult for you. If this feels like too much on your shoulders, drop your weights. This motion, having one hand up, the other hand down, hip going out to the side, hip pulling back underneath you, we're using every muscle. Go ahead and pull your feet a little bit closer together. Core pulled in nice and tight. We're going to form the top half of the letter X, and then we're going to form the bottom half of the letter X. I realize that I'm trying to tell you so much about these exercises as though we're coming back to them, but I want you to know that good form is important so that you don't hurt yourself. Good form, as long as you are not hurting yourself, will get you every place you want to go with toning and weight loss. When it beeps again, we're doing shooting stars, which means that we are reaching out really widely to one side with our hand while kicking out really widely to the other side with our opposite foot. So it is a balance move, where we are shooting off one direction and then shooting the other. This is cardio again, which means we're moving, well, faster than strength, but honestly, my cardio moves right now are not that fast because I'm keeping my heart rate as moderate as I can. And these 40-second intervals, not a lot of time to tell you about things, but my body is really feeling the work. My heart rate feels perfectly moderate, which is exactly where I want to feel. When it beeps again, we're doing wide open side kicks, pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Gonna have dumbbells in our hands. Hands are gonna open out wide while our elbows are at shoulder height. And while we are opening our hands, we're gonna kick out to the side. So elbows are nice and wide. Both hands go out while one leg kicks at a time. I'm gonna slow this nice and down because my heart rate finds this move to be exceptionally challenging. When it beeps again, we're doing swinging knees to elbows. Hands are gonna be resting, hands are gonna be on your shoulders. Dumbbells will be resting on your shoulders. You're gonna bring your knee up to meet one elbow in front of you on the opposite side, and then one elbow on its same side. So your knee is swinging between the two elbows. So elbows forward, reach your opposite elbow, your same elbow, and down. I don't care if you actually touch the elbows. It's not really about that. You'll notice that you feel this a little bit stronger in your abs and probably even your glutes if you actually do touch, but the touching isn't the thing here. Holding your core in, having your balance, unclenching your toes, using your abdominal muscles is the point. The touching's just a bonus. Oh my gosh, if I'm not falling over. When it beeps again, we're going back to cardio, which is hopefully gonna feel a little bit more coordinated than this. We're doing double knees. Both hands are gonna be up overhead, reaching your hands down towards the opposite knee, 2 times on one side, 2 times on the other. A little bit of a pivot there in the middle. You know, I tell you what, it never ceases to amaze me how difficult my balance is sometimes. I've been practicing my balance for years. Sometimes it's awesome. No. Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it's not as good. But every single day it's a practice, and I know that by practicing it, it's not that I'm going to get great at it. By the way, when it beeps again, we're doing side kick front punches, which I'm going to really have to think about. Speaking of that brain-body connection, this is why I have us do the kinds of exercises that we do. Dumbbells right here at your chest. Okay, I'm gonna go across my body. So front punch, side kick. If you happen to be doing it on the same side of your body, don't worry about it. Not a big deal. Nobody cares. It's not going to make a difference. I like to go across my body because I do find that more challenging for my core, for my abs. When you are pulling a limb from opposite sides of your body, your abs have to meet in the middle. But if you are doing the same side, I mean, you're just getting twice as much work on that side and then twice as much work on the other side. It doesn't really matter. You're still getting all the work you need to get. When it beeps again, we're doing bent over triceps kickbacks. So your body is in basically a half of a deadlift. We're gonna bring those dumbbells up to your armpits and then squeeze them so that they're going back to your hips. So armpits to hips, and you're not swinging your whole arm. Your elbows are actually staying really locked right next to your waist and in line with your body. Your elbows are moving, meaning that they are closing up and then opening back up for those triceps to work, but you're trying to isolate your triceps as much as possible. I say that, but the fact is you're actually using your biceps as well. When it beeps again, we're doing upside down jacks. Gonna start with your hands up overhead. Your hands are gonna be doing jumping jacks, and your feet are going to be taking one step out to one side and then a step out to the other side. We're actually transferring a bit of weight here. I love this move because it is cardio, so I love it. Obviously, but also I love this move because it's a little bit unusual. We don't usually transfer our weight like this when we're doing cardio, and trying to do this quickly, it's almost like a lunge without lunging because your knees are fine here, but also you're getting a little bit of inner and outer thigh work even while we are doing cardio. When it beeps again, we're only going to grab one dumbbell. We're doing X marks the spot. Right in front of your body, you're going to draw the letter X, starting at your shoulder and then chopping that dumbbell down to your hip. Core is pulled in, feet about hip width apart. Start at one shoulder, pop, shop, down to the other hip. Chop is the word I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say shoulder and chop, and I don't even know what else, but we're chopping the letter X here, making sure that you are not swaying your back to bring that weight up to your shoulder or squeezing from any place except your abs and butt while you are chopping down. If you feel this exercise in your lower back, please feel free to drop your weight and practice it unweighted. When it beeps again, ooh, we're doing peekaboo side steps. You guys, when we start doing peekaboos, we're almost always done at the end of the list. We're getting down there. So elbows are at shoulder height, elbows close together, elbows wide apart. Back together and then wide apart. While your elbows are wide apart, we're taking that step out to the side. Really, really, really thinking about not letting your lower back curve and sway here. We're standing up straight and tall. If your dumbbells feel too heavy, put them down, my friends. This got tough, but you are always tougher because you know how to make good decisions. When it beeps again, putting those dumbbells down, and we're doing alley-oops. Feet are gonna be nice and wide apart. We're gonna swing our hands up over our heads like a rainbow. As we do that, we're gonna pivot to one side. And if you don't wanna lunge, don't lunge. You can absolutely just pivot from side to side. I like to have a little bit of a lunge to it because that is fine with me and my fitness. You can always, always, always make modifications and do exercises in ways that make sense for you at a pace that makes sense for you. And this is really important, get all the benefit out of it. There's no benefit to be had from hurting yourself. When it beeps again, you're gonna grab those dumbbells and we're doing 3-point crunches. Dumbbells are gonna be up at your shoulders. We're bringing your elbows forward while bringing up one high knee. Well, actually your elbows are just gonna stay forward. So dumbbells here at your shoulders, elbows facing forward, gonna bring up one high knee and crunch down into it. Sometimes when we do these kinds of knees to elbows things, I want you to stand up straight and tall the whole time and bring your knee up. This time we're actually curling down into it so that you can really feel that crunch in your abs, and then stand it back up. When it beeps again, we're doing a side raise, high knee. So your knees are actually still gonna keep doing this one high knee at a time. Across your body if you can, and not if you can't. You're just gonna raise one arm out to the side, really thinking, doggy is about having your core pulled in. So, high knee, side raise. Those 3-point crunches were a little bit fast. I noticed that I still have kind of a cardio heart rate, but I tell you what, we are, when it beeps again, we are technically done. We're not quite finished. I've got one more triplet of exercises for us that is definitely going to finish us off. Do you know what we have left? Yeah, you do. I know you do. Unless you're brand new around here. If you're brand new around here, oh my gosh, welcome to it, because you're about to do drinky birds. This is everybody's favorite exercise. Like 100% everybody I know loves drinky birds. Drinky bird jacks. Your hands are doing jumping jacks. Your lower body is doing a single leg deadlift, which means that your back leg is squeezing from the glute to pull up behind you. When your back leg comes up behind you, your torso has absolutely no choice but to tip forward in front of you. This is balance work at its finest. Right now it's just cardio, but when it beeps, oh yes, we're gonna do drinky birds on one side for one interval. You, my friend, if you are not having a great balance day, help yourself to a chair, a wall, something next to you to help you out with this. There is nothing wrong with having a little bit of assistance while we are practicing our balance, because I'm gonna start with my left leg doing the work here. I'm gonna find something to stare at. I'm gonna think about squeezing from my right glute to bring that right leg up behind me, all toes pointed at the ground, all hips pointed forward. Try really hard not to let that hip open up out to the side. Of course I'm tapping my foot down. I'm fully transferring my weight back down to that foot as it comes back down. I'm not being a hero. 40 seconds is plenty of time to work on this. Here's the thing about moderating, making this workout your own. You are not going to get toned or lose weight in one session. Let's go ahead and switch sides. This will be our very last thing. You are currently toning and losing weight if, of course, you're doing the other 4 things that you need to be doing to lose weight, which is eating the right amount of calories consistently, drinking your water, sleeping adequately, and managing your mind. But here's the thing. One workout, no matter how long it is, no matter how short it is, isn't doing a ton of anything. Being able to come back tomorrow and do this same thing again and again and again, not necessarily this. I mean, there's another video coming out tomorrow. Do something different. But every day doing the same things over time, that is how we lose weight. That is how we get toned. That is how we get every result we could possibly want in the world, my friends. What a great job you did. Let's do some Robert Palmers here. While I turn this off. And then let's go ahead and do some arm circles. It's all you can see now, right? Can you picture a guitar in my hand and my hair all slicked back? Wearing that black mini skirt. I haven't thought about that video in a million years until my friend, my anonymous friend, whose name I can't remember, brought that up, and I have thought about nothing since then. You guys, I really hope that you had a good time with this one today. I always do. It is the 1st of June, which means that for the next 6 days, I've got 6 more videos coming out for us. This week of workouts is perfect to repeat all month long. We've got fun stuff every single day that's gonna get you toned and help you lose weight. Now let's go ahead and do some arm openers. And some arm closers. Give yourself a hug and a pat on your back. Oh, what a good job you did. So proud of you. Here on screen, I of course have a longer cool down for you. I know that some of us love to cool down and some of us kind of get on with the day. Either way, got a longer cool down for you. I also have everything you need to know about losing weight at 50 and beyond, just in case you need a little bit of a reminder about all the 5 things that we do every single day that can get you to your weight loss goal. You guys, thank you so much for working out with me today. Make sure that you click that subscribe button before you go, and I'll see you tomorrow.